Hello, Joy friends, and welcome to Cup2Hook Conversations number 117. Whew, what a day. What a great day. What kind of day have you had? I hope you are having a great day. I may not have anyone come join me tonight. Everyone may think that I am not coming live. We will just see how it goes. But that is the glory of Cup2Hook Conversations, is it is a laid back setting. So if I have somebody come, great. If not, then I'll just continue doing what I was doing. And what might that be? You guys, I have had a really great day today. I have been doing a little bit of crocheting, and I have been making some videos and getting caught up on videos and lives and tutorials and things like that that I've been needing to do. And so that is what I've been working on. So you're going to start seeing a couple things coming through over the next couple of days and the next week. And I am just going to make a quick trip over to YouTube and just make sure I have this set up public, just to make sure that everyone can actually chat with me. And it does look like it is set for public, so that is great. All right, just want to make sure that all was good there. All right. Again, I started a little bit late today because one, I had just finished actually getting through a yarn barf of a mess. It's actually still on the yarn winder, but let me pull it off. So I was yarning this up into a cake, and you would think as small as that is that it wouldn't have been a problem, but if you look closely, that yarn, oh my gosh, it was so tangled. But that is what was left over from that hat that I made for the lady with stage 4 cancer. And so I was just trying to get it caked up, and it was a huge mess. And so I finished it just in time for the live and went to come on and realized, Cynthia, you've not even created your thumbnail. And I was like, oh. But it's all good. I'm here now. And if someone comes and joins me, great. And if not, I completely understand. All right. So as I wait a little bit longer to see if anyone comes on, let me talk about some important things that were going on today in the studio. So yes, I am working on some tutorials that will be coming out very, very soon. But as 2022 is coming to an end and 2023 is rolling into sight, what does that look like for the Joyful Creations family? I am excited that 2022 has been a hard year for me health-wise and medically, but in and through all of that, it has helped me really try to put into perspective, what do I want with my channel? And where would I like to see the Joyful Creations family go? And so I've put a lot of thought into that. And my whole goal and my whole perspective of my channel has changed. For those of you that have been with me for quite some time, you know that the journey I had been on had been a rough one. And I was not sure if I'd ever walk again. I wasn't sure if I'd ever be able to go and hold down, a job again. So for me, YouTube was kind of more of really working hard to crank out a lot of stuff to make it, my job, my financial income. But as God worked with me and through me and gave me the ability to walk again, He helped me understand that that is not the direction that I want my YouTube channel to go in. So as 2022 comes to a close and 2023 is just a wink away, I want to tell you what the vision for the Joyful Creations family is. Over the last year, and it's been kind of over the last 2 years, really, because this has been almost a 2-year journey. God has allowed me to bring a little bit of ministry to my channel. And so I'm very happy that as 2022 closes out, that I feel comfortable enough to come together and study the word with friends and to pray for them and to have a time of prayer. And so I really look forward to, the Bible studies, the Bible chats continuing. I look forward to having the time where as friends we come together and pray for one another. And if you'll hold that thought for a minute, I would like to say hello to Shirley. She says, hey, I actually made it. Shirley, let me steal those words from you. And hey, I actually made it as I'm a little bit late tonight. I also want to say hello to sweet Margie. Hello, so glad you are here. As another content creator, Margie, I'm sure you are doing some of the same thing that I am. And I know that as you move into 2023, this will be your first, full year of retirement. And so I know that you probably too are putting a lot of thought and emphasis on, what does Margie's Crafty Corner look like for 2023? And so coming back to where I was at, I am very excited that there's going to be 3 main focuses on the Joyful Creations channel for 2023. And one of them is continuing with what it started out as, a crochet channel. It's been quite some time since I have done a tutorial, since I have really done anything in the whole perspective of crochet, other than showing you a couple of makes that I've made, and a couple of the projects that we're still doing with Call the Midwife as 2022 rolled in. And so I am very happy that with some of the changes that I'm making, hello, sweet Jen, welcome in. Hopefully Nightbot will show up in just a minute and give all of you ladies and any gents that may be listening silently some hugs from me. But I'm excited that in 2023, we're going to kind of get back to the roots of, crocheting and tutorials and, working on projects together, whether it's my channel or a, sister or brother channel here in our YouTube family. I'm also going to be incorporating some knitting. Yes, you heard that correctly, because thanks to Connie from Just Another Stitch, I have wet the whistle of the knitting needle hooks, and I am going back. That's where I originally started, was I learned to knit, even though I only did dishcloths. That was where I started out with the fiber arts. And so I'm really happy to start bringing a little bit of that back in as well. So crocheting, knitting, yarny projects is the number 1 focus for my channel. The number 2 focus is another great love and passion in my life. And to all of you, it will come as no surprise. And even though I don't force my religion on anyone, all I simply do is share genuine honesty. Excuse me, I have to take a drink. And what the Lord has done for me. And if that can make a difference in someone's life, then that just makes my heart truly smile. And if I can come together and just pray for you, whatever needs you have, whether boldly spoken or whether unspoken, that is truly, something that I desire to do. So yarny art and sharing the Lord and praying for one another. And the third big highlight of my channel for 2023 is, you guessed it, movie night. I don't know where I would be without movie night. Movie night feeds my soul in so many ways. Mentally, because it just keeps me healthy. It keeps me moving forward. It keeps me motivated. It just helps me breathe. Physically and emotionally, because I get to hang out with all of you. I get to hang out with all my friends. And even better than that, I get to hang out with my friends and have a date night with Mr. Joyful. Isn't that awesome? So I love it. And when you combine the mental, the physical, and the emotional, then spiritually, I am at peace and I am filled with an overwhelming fluctuation, overflow of joy. And when I have my joy tank filled, then guess what? Between the Yarny Arts, sharing my Christian walk, and movie night with friends, and a great date night with Mr. Joyful, I am filled with joy, and that joy just kind of covers over. So those are the three main focuses for my channel going forward in 2023. Now, some of you may be saying, well, what about things like, Wait for It with Cynthia? Oh, those are still going to happen, but those are not necessarily things that are guaranteed to happen week to week, like Bible chats, Yarny projects, and movie night. I will still be doing Wait for It with Cynthia's. I will still be doing some kind of birthday shout out, but after January 1st, because that's the last birthday video I currently have up, is our Yarny friend who has a birthday on January 1st. We have two, actually. After those videos air, I will still continue to do birthday shout outs, but I am going to be doing them on my community tab, and people can still leave comments on that post for the birthday person, and that will help free up some extra, YouTube. That's not what I'm trying to say. Video studio time that I can focus on tutorials. I'm really excited about finally putting some of what's up here to here and share it with you. And I can do that if I learn how to use my time a little bit wiser. The second thing, Saturday shout outs. We've all loved for almost 3 years the Farmer in the Dell song. And it is very catchy. Again, I'm going to start doing shout outs on my community page. And that way I can do them more frequently and more faithfully. And once again, it'll free up some of that studio time of editing and, creating thumbnails and whatnot, so that, again, I can continue to bring you some really cool projects. All right, not that some of y'all need projects, because some of you are still trying to finish up projects from 2022. And that's okay, because you know what? I still have a project that has been like so close to being finished, and has been a whip since 2019. What? It was a Jada and Stitches project. It will be completed and will air on my channel by the end of January. Because you see, also in 2023, part of the be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, and be kind to one another. As you've noticed, coming out of 2022, I've added just a little something to that wonderful saying, and be kind to yourself. But you see, I'm a hypocrite if I ask you to walk the walk and I'm not willing to talk the talk and walk the walk. So therefore, I'm going to set a good example. And I'm going to be kind to myself, and I'm going to give myself the whole month of January to finish that 2019 project. So yes, I'm real excited about that. Okay. What else? Also, hopefully by Saturday, it is scheduled to air Saturday. I have gotten most of it started. I have to finish filming, and maybe I can do that between getting off of here and going on to Miss Pam's live tonight, because I have really found myself enjoying my time there on Thursday nights, hanging out with friends, continuing just to be a time with friends on Thursday night. I'm going to finish a finale for our joy boxes, our traveling boxes of joy. And while it did come to a sad end, I hope you'll join me in that video, because I'm going to take a little bit of sadness and hopefully share a little bit of joy. All right. I think that catches us up. Oh, one more thing. Praying for friends. In the beginning, we were saying that we were going to do that on the first and last Sunday of the month. Well, again, in sitting down with my diabetic instructor and walking through things and trying to figure out how Cynthia is going to kick diabetes in 2023, you heard it right here. We're going to have a party on the last Thursday of 2023, because I'm confident that I'm going to be able to come before you, maybe even before then, but we will have a party. Because in 2023, on the last Thursday of December, whatever that day may be, I could probably tell you right here if you hang with me a second, because I got my calendar, because like I said, I've been working in the studio all day. You want to know what that last Thursday is? It is December 28, 2023. We're going to have a Cynthia Kick Diabetes butt party. So I got a lot of work ahead of me this year, and I'm confident. But in doing that, I had to sit down and literally make some goals and some strategies. And so another one of those goals is falling under praying for friends. I feel that is very important. But I got to thinking, if I do it the first Sunday of the month and the last Sunday of the month, then when it comes to the next month, we're doing it back to back. And so I decided to kind of pick a Sunday that will work, that kind of helps us flow in between from each time we meet, and still work with my schedule and allow me to work on that ultimate life-changing goal of kicking diabetes. So starting with January, we will meet on the second Sunday of every month. So you can mark your calendars, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. The second Sunday of the month is when we'll gather together for our Praying Together for Friends. So I hope that everyone was able to kind of catch up with that, especially if you are someone who has been with me for the long haul and you have been coming to each of those events, that you have marked your calendars. Really, the only thing that's really changing is the Praying for Friends. And that's still something new that we just started within the last couple months of 2022. So it's not like it's a change that I think will be hard to make. But I'm very, very excited. Okay, I'm going to hush now because I think I have all my news out. We're going to say hello to the chat. And then I'm going to talk about what's in my cup and what's on my hook. And then if anybody wants to come up, they can. I'm going to go ahead and grab this link and drop it. So if anyone wants to, they can go ahead. And get ready to come up. All right. Margie says, I am 61 away from having an 800 family members. So let me write that down, Margie, because that is one of the things that I am working on between this evening and tomorrow is, you know, I was talking with Jen earlier, and hope that's okay, Jen, that I am sharing that. And I was telling her that I'm hoping that in 2023, as a YouTube family, we are going to become more aware of everyone's community tabs. The fact that YouTube has changed their policy, and once someone has 500 family members, they can have their community, their community tab. That is really significant, and that is great. And we need to start supporting each other more. And this is the thing, regardless of who has one or not, if you do the @ symbol and their channel name, then it'll send them a notification that you've said something to them or you've said something about them, and they can see it. We don't have to try and track each other down and say, oh, because on the about page, you could leave a message there, but you can't anymore. But that's because they created this wonderful community tab. And so I think if we start doing things like that and really supporting each other through our community tabs, that's what it is. It's bringing us together as a community. So I'm going to really start utilizing mine. And one of the ways I'm going to do it is not just with birthdays and not just with shout outs, but really helping each other grow their families. For example, Margie, I've got you down, Margie. I've got Samantha down. I've got Sanita. There's a couple other people that are on that list that I'm going to try to get some shout outs for. Connie, of really significant things coming up. And if you're a content creator and you're hearing this, please go to my about page, grab my email. And if you've got something that you want the community to really know about, let me know. And it would be my honor and my pleasure to shout that event out for you. Or if it is, getting so close to a family count, or if you just want more people to throw joy into your window, let me know. If you have a giveaway you want put out there, let me know. If you have a special event coming up, for example, Connie with Just Another Stitch has her 2-year podiversary coming up, and she's having a big shindig at her house on Christmas Eve. So you'll see a video coming out because she said it was okay to do a video and a shout out on the community tab. So I'm going to do both. So that's the kind of things that I want to spend more of my focus on. I want 2023 for the Joyful Creations family to be about more what I can do for you and not so much about what you can do for me. Because when you show up for my lives, just like now, or you come to movie night, or you join me for Bible study, my friends, that's the greatest thing you can give me. That's the greatest happiness you can give me, besides your friendship. And you wouldn't be here if you weren't my friend. So if you show up in a live and leave me a comment, or you show up on a video and leave a comment in the comment section, then I know I already got your friendship. So I am doubly blessed. And I love the fact that I have an opportunity to help you. And so, yeah. All right. Margie, I'm writing my note right now. And you said you are close to 800. Love it. Lisa, hello, Lisa. Lisa. I don't know if you saw it, but I was able to release a video this afternoon. And it showed some love I got from Australia. Still working on a video. I got 3 people that I still want to include in our Vegemite video. So I'm hoping to have that up within 2 weeks. And I know that's like, what? That's a long time away. But 2 of the people that I want to include on that is my parents. And with everything going on, I know that it will be another week before I can possibly get back over to their house and be able to include them. So excited for that though. All right. Hello, sweet Samantha. Was just saying that I've got a task to do to help you out. So definitely be checking my community page either later tonight or no later than tomorrow afternoon, because I will be working on a lot of things. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm starting 2023 as far as the calendar goes. Before it gets here, I'm so happy. Made a lot of progress today, and I'm just happy, filled with joy. All right. What? Just one? Oh my gosh. Well, Samantha, to be honest, I'm definitely hoping to work on some of this while I'm hanging out with Pam over at her house tonight. But oh my gosh, you guys, Samantha is one family member away from 500. She's one person away from her community tab. If you are not a part of Samantha's family, she has already spread some joy in the chat. She's dropped her link. You guys, please go over there and throw some joy in her window, and she will be able to get her community tab. Yay, Samantha. All right. Lisa says, Cynthia, I got to 500 family members. I know, I saw your message, and you are one of the people that I'm still going to shout out, even though you've already made 500. You know, we're going to keep it growing. We're going to keep it growing. Hello, sweet Michelle. How are you? Michelle Crochets in Kansas is here. Michelle, I know that you are continuing to grow your channel as well. Confirm to me, and if there's anything you want me to shout out for you, Michelle, email me. But if you don't mind, confirm to me, did I hear you correctly the other day that you are doing morning devotions every morning? If so, then as I am doing these shout outs on my community tab, I would love to include your link and shout that out as well. So if you don't mind confirming that in the chat for me, I would love that. All right. Samantha says, my podiversary is on New Year's Day, Cynthia. All right. What time, Samantha? I do have to work New Year's Day from at least 4 to 8 p.m. my time. So if it's not during that time, I will be there. But if it is, I will do what I can. But I'm like physically doing my job that time. We are doing a lantern send-off. All right, so Samantha. So let me know, Samantha, and I will add that when I do a shout out for you. What time are you doing your podiversary? And you said New Year's Day. All right. Lisa says, yes, I saw the video. Awesome. I did. I was kind of surprised, but I did. Oh, good. She said, and I did point to the right place on the map where she lives. I love that. I loved everything that you sent me, but that I will cherish the most just simply because it is not only something that's part of Australia, but it is something that is just truly representative of you. And sweet Michelle is asking everyone how they're doing. Samantha says, are you going to work on your cottagecore mosaic blanket in the New Year day? I am, Samantha. I am. In fact, I don't want to show everything because it's, it's my personal goals. But I sat here today, as a matter of fact, and I'm not going to like show it, but because it's my personal stuff. But these are all the projects that I've either started or that I need to do tutorials on. And I've got them listed, but now I need to work on kind of setting goals. Like I said, that Jada and Stitches 2019 whip, it will be done by the end of January. I'm going to set goals for the rest of this stuff. And when it comes to the project at the beginning of the month, like for example, everything that I am saying that I want to have completed by the end of January on my first Cup2Hook in January, I will share that. And so that way you guys can be a positive, joyful accountability. Because I don't like making promises that I can't keep. So if I make a promise for something, you know that I am going to, well, I always give everything my all. But in other words, I'm not careless with promises. I don't just say them casually, just like I don't say I love you casually. Promises and love are just not something that I take for granted. So, yeah. But yes, Samantha, I guess I'll give you like a pre-example. When it comes to the cottagecore, I have decided with the cottagecore, because it was something that everyone was doing in 2022, I am committing to at least putting a few stitches on my cottagecore blanket every day. So as y'all know, I've been working this last month building a routine of getting up and having an hour and a half in the morning before I have to finish getting ready for work to go out. It was part of what I did with, kind of giving up the morning devotions, but so that I have my own personal quiet time, my own growth with the Lord outside of, the 5 or 6 hours that I take to prepare for Bible study and that we spend in Bible study. But it's my own personal time with Him. And that also allows me at least anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how chatty God and I are on that particular morning, to crochet. So, cottagecore will always be worked on in that morning time. So if I get to put in 3 stitches that day, great. If I get to put in 3 rows that day, great. And I have set challenges because, the cottagecore is broke down in segments. I have set for myself with the cottagecore that, I will have 1 segment done by the end of the month. Because again, being kind to myself. And so not only do I not like making promises to people that I can't keep, I don't like making promises to myself that I can't keep. So I'm really excited. I have never been a New Year's resolution kind of person, and I don't plan on starting now. But I have always been a goal setter. I love setting goals. And so, yeah. All right. I'm going to move on. Love it. Love it. Samantha says she got her community tab. Love it. All right. It takes a couple days. Once you reach 500, it does take a couple days for that to roll over for you. That is exciting. Michelle says she needs more subscribers. So Michelle, please make sure you write the word joy. Love it. Eden also got 400 family members. Michelle says yes, she is doing devotions every day. Love it. God bless you, sister. Shirley says, I can't wait for your knitting. I know. I'm so excited. All that, though, is Connie inspiring me with that beanie. So love it, love it. And I will be joining Connie Saturday, January 14th on her live. So I'm real excited about that. So it will be 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to mark that on your calendars, but I will be joining Connie on January the 14th at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. Michelle says, I am doing morning devotional lives every morning unless I have to be somewhere early that day. Understandable, Michelle. That is awesome. God bless you. She says, if I have to be somewhere, I will play a recorded devotional video. Love it. Love it. Love it. Shirley says, Samantha, I just gave you 500. Love it. Thank you, Shirley. All right. Hello, sweet Sunita. How are you? Shirley says, have I missed something? What is cottagecore? So cottagecore is a blanket. Let me drop the link again in case someone wants to come up, and if they do, then at that time I will I'll go pull my pattern. But it was a crochet along that I don't remember all the channels. I just know Melissa Crochets with Love was one of the ones. Back early in 2022, they set it up to start in April and work on it from April to December as a group project, but you did it on your own. And then at the end of the year, at the end of this year, everyone will send in pictures of their finished cottagecore blankets. It's a mosaic pattern, and it is a paid pattern. You did have to buy it. I don't know, what everybody paid, but I paid $11 for mine, and I've yet to start it. All right, Laura, I'm going to let you come up here, but if you'll give me just a minute to finish, and then I'll give you a moment to speak. Thank you for coming up.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. But that's what the cottagecore is, Shirley. And in just a minute, while Laura is speaking, I will slide right over here to my pattern box keeper, and I will grab that so you can see what it looks like. Laura, as I see you in the chat, hello and welcome. Lisa says, I'm going to need to go over the shops. Love to you all. Love you, Lisa. Take care. All right. Pam, welcome in. We were just talking about hanging out at your house later. Renee, hello, hello. All right. So I'm going to let Laura take the floor and share what's in her cup and on her hook. I'm going to grab that pattern so I can show Shirley. And then after Laura is finished, I will share what's in my cup and on my hook. And if anyone else wants to come up, please feel free. I will drop the link again for anyone who would like to do that. So Laura, I'm going to go ahead and solo you and let you share with us, okay?
Come up, anybody. I don't want to be alone with Cynthia. Please come up. Join me.
All right. If you'll share what's in your cup and on your hook.
Okay, I've got water in my cup, which is a big jug like this. And I'm sure I've mentioned this before. I'm late making these, so I'm going to restart these over and possibly do it for next year. are these little Santa Claus. I made one for my dad.
Oh, that's cute.
And I could only get one for him right away to put on his tree that's up in his room. And I don't know where my one picture is for the cover. You know, when you get a book, you have the cover front and back.
Right.
I don't know where that part is, but what I made my dad was one of these hearts. How does it go? It's this one here.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm making are these. If
I can't quite tell what that is.
it's a Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to tell when it's on the paper, but once it's all done up and made, it'll be different. And this version, I don't have the other version with me, but this mesh that I'm using is 10 mesh. Put it this way. But there's a bigger mesh I can use, but I find this brings out more detail. Is a plastic mesh. Is the 10? No, this is 10. The 7 count is a bigger version of holes. So I use this because it brings out more. So with my yarn on my 7, I can keep it the way it is. With my 10, I have to separate my strands. So it's like 2 and 2. I could, if I want to go more detail, instead of using yarn, I could use floss. But when I go down to another smaller detail, which is probably, this is 10. So what would be the next one down? 18? 18 or no, 14 mesh, sorry. That's when you start using floss, and then after that you get into your embroidery floss, like the cloth, which I haven't gotten that far in depth yet. It's coming, I don't know when.
Right.
So that's what my thing is I'm doing right now, just to keep my mind going instead of going crazy.
All right. I don't know what's happening, why our names don't show up anymore. I don't know if I did something.
Is it to do with StreamYard? No.
I don't know. I don't remember changing anything. I just happened to notice that our names are not there anymore.
Yeah, because they usually show up in the top or bottom corners.
Oh, I see it. Somehow it got turned off. There we go.
Oh, there we are.
Okay. There we go.
How was your Christmas?
Shirley says in her cup is coffee, and she says, I have begun the learning Tunisian. Nice, Shirley. You'll have to tell me how that's going, because that is one of my 2023 goals as well. Right, Pam? Ta-da! And there's Nightbot giving hugs to everyone in the chat. So this is the cottage core. Let me take that out so it's not got a glare on it. So this is a picture of what the cottage core mosaic blanket will look like.
I like that. It's pretty.
It is pretty. And there was one part I haven't decided. So like at the top was a house and a tree, and then it's snails, and then it's like flowers. Like there's a pattern that breaks up each segment. And then there's teapots, a bumblebee, and mushrooms. On mine, I haven't decided on the snails, but I may change mine. Instead of doing snails, do butterflies. But I haven't 100% decided. But I guess I'll make that decision when I actually get it started, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's okay. again, on the motto of being kind to myself, I'm okay that everyone else did it in 2022 and they're finishing it up. I'm just going to enjoy it going forward in 2023.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Going back up. Let's see. All right. Samantha says, I caught up on the birthday video, Cynthia. Awesome. Again, you'll have to catch the beginning of my live tonight, but after the January 1st birthdays, because I have 2 birthdays on January 1st, because whenever I do the birthday videos, I do them for the whole month, but I always do like the first day of the month, of the new month as well, so that I make sure that I got time to get, the remainder part of the month done. So after January 1st, and after those 2 videos go out, I will start doing birthday shout outs on my community tab, but everyone can still leave birthday comments for the person. And because they will be attached to that comment, that post, they will be able to see all their birthday comments. So y'all, please keep wishing everybody a happy birthday. Shirley says she is making a sampler. Jen says solo. I'm not sure what that meant. Pam says, you're so organized. I have patterns all over the house. That's probably the one thing that Mr. Joyful and I go back and forth on each other, is I love for everything to be organized and in a place, and he just likes it to, be wherever. But I go crazy if I'm not organized. Sunita says, me too, Pam, laugh out loud. Margie says, I want to learn Tunisian crochet as well. Maybe that's something we'll do on a Cup2Hook then, since we're just kind of coming up and just being casual on Thursday nights. And then maybe, Pam, we can just go from my house to your house with it. Wouldn't that be fun? Hello, sweet Nisi. So glad you're here. Been enjoying some of your pictures on Facebook of your family over the holidays. Love it, love it. Shirley says, where do you get the pattern? I bought mine off of Ravelry, was where I went and got mine. And I still have somewhere that that link. So I will find it and I will email you the link. And then of course I printed it off afterwards. So, and I love it. It goes into a lot of detail, and it has graph patterns and everything else to explain everything. So, Samantha, you've been working on yours. Do you find the pattern I cannot talk tonight. I'm really excited, you guys. I've accomplished so much, and I'm so ready for 2023. Not that I'm rushing to get there, but like the organization, like it's there. And I'm just so excited about all the new things coming out. So I need to get grounded. I need to come back out of the clouds. Samantha, you've already been working on the cottage core. So do you find that the pattern is easy to follow? That will be good to know. Jen says Pam Cynthia's middle name is organized. I take that as a compliment because I know that's how it's meant. Yes. My life is just chaotic if it's not organized. But Nisi says hello to you, Laura.
Hello, Nisi.
For loving and hugging Nisi in. Pam says Jen, mine is a hot mess. Who the knitter? Oh, okay. I was fixing to say, welcome in. We've not met, but we have met. Okay, that's right. I've got to remember that. So who the knitter is actually Bryn Michelle 20. So Michelle, yay. Let me write that note down because I think I need to change you on my spreadsheet as well. All right. Who the knitter? How are you? Did you have a good Christmas? Pam says, sounds like a plan. I really like Tunisian. It's so much easier than you might think. And the solo was for you to solo yourself showing the pattern. Oh, my bad, my bad. So let me do that. All right. So there it says Cottage Core Mosaic Blanket. And it's the pattern's by Little Green Feather. And that is it there. Hopefully you can see it better. And you can see the border, and in between each section is its own little pattern, like between the bee and the mushrooms at the bottom there, those are hearts. But at the top there is a house and a tree, then it's snails, then it's the teapots with a heart in them, then the bumblebee and the mushroom. But that's what the cottage core is. Thank you so much, Pam, for explaining to me. Sunita says she gave up on the mosaic. Oh, don't say that. The only mosaic I have ever done is this little, I'm on my tiptoes. Sorry. Might help if my feet could actually touch the floor. Is this little notions bag that I made. And on this side, I've got some little pins. And then Pam actually gave me this in some happy mail before I realized the importance of doing happy mail. But she gave me this little stitch marker. So I have it on there as my little pull tag. But that's the only mosaic I've done. And I actually enjoyed this. So I've never done something quite to this extent in mosaic. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe by next week we'll know something, because, you know, January 1st is just a couple days away and I've got to start it, right?
It's coming up too fast.
It is, Laura. It is. Nisi says, Sunita, I was thinking about trying mosaic for 2023, but I don't think I'm ready. Laugh out loud. You know what? 2023 is the time to just jump in, just dive in. That's what we're going to do. Knitting, Tunisian, mosaic. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it together.
Maybe it's my year to try and crochet.
So say that again.
Maybe it's my year to time to crochet.
So you don't know how to crochet?
No, not really.
Laura, well, then crochet. We shall do that.
I'm trying to find sites where I can go into, say, like a beginner, fresh, and then work my way up. I have needles somewhere. I just don't remember where they're at right now. I've been too busy with these, trying to get them done.
Right.
So, I got one done for my dad for his tree when I went and saw him. So maybe this will be, I made him the heart. I wanted the Santa Claus for it. Okay, I'll do the Santa Claus and put that away for Dad for next year. But I see him on his birthday, January 9th, so.
Right.
I could give him this one too.
He will enjoy that.
It's okay. He's getting another box of chocolates from me.
He will enjoy that.
Well, there's a story behind these chocolates. I thought I was going to my cousin's for Christmas Eve. No, yeah, I went to Mom's Christmas. Boxing Day, I went to see Dad. Yeah, Christmas Eve, I thought I was going to my cousin's. Didn't happen. They ended up, no, not that word either. They ended up getting sniffles and whatnot, so it got all canceled out. And with the weather being going on, it was really, really bad here. We had like, I wouldn't say storm, but enough to make you want to stay in and not drive. And it was really cold that night. It was minus 21. I can't go out in it because I have I get sick really bad if I'm out this because I get bronchitis easy.
Oh, wow.
I have bad lungs. My lungs aren't the greatest. And it's
Right.
the same way for my aunts. She's the same way, so she knows how to feel. If she hadn't called me, I would have phoned her and I said, Heather, I'm not going out. It's too cold. So I had these two different box of chocolates here. One's an after eight, one's a pot of gold. What do I do with
Right.
them? So I figured we had to come back and exchange dad's tops. So I figured, okay, when I go see him on his birthday, I'll put in these shirts. I'll give him the pot of gold with it.
There you go.
Because I don't know if he likes after eights.
Right.
I don't know I know what his stomach can handle, which I know is pot of gold. After eights, I don't know. I'll take the after eights, no problem.
Samantha was saying that her cottagecore pattern was gifted from Regina Reed. And I do remember you sharing that. And Samantha, thank you for also sharing that. She says, yes, it is easy to follow the cottagecore pattern. So who knows, maybe some of you haven't done the cottagecore with everyone else in 2022. And maybe you want to consider doing it with me. That would be great. And if you do, let me know. Send me an email and I'll email you the link so that you can go get your own pattern. So that would be cool. I would love to have some company to join me with that. Sunita says, it's doable, Nisi. You can do it. I just don't like cutting yarn. Michelle says, I should be finishing some dishcloths, but have a sleeping kitty on my lap. Love it. Miss Wanda, hello. She says, hello, everyone. Did not get the notification that you're live. That's my fault. That's my fault because I was so busy getting everything wrapped up and ready for 2023 for the channel that when 7 o'clock rolled around, I realized that I didn't have the live up or the thumbnail created, and I needed to do that. So I went live at 7:30. So that is all my fault. So here's my hand. You can smack it. I was a bad girl.
I don't want to smack you too hard. We still need you.
Well, thank you. Sunita says, it's like noodles. Never break it. Laugh out loud. That's good to know. No. I'm excited about starting it, though. I'm excited about trying a lot of new things. A lot of new things. But some I just can't share yet because they're surprise tutorials coming up. All right. Pam says, hey, Wanda, I didn't either. I went to see if she was live. Again, my fault. You can pop the hand. Hello, sweet VJ. How are you? Hugs, hugs, hugs. Happy late Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you guys for giving VJ all kinds of loves and hugs as she comes in. Jen says, blue, I love that pouch. You know what's funny though, Jen? There is blue in this. Oh. I was going to say that was a dark purple, but you know what? You're right, Jen. That is blue and purple. All that is blue right there. You're right. And then that light blue through it. You're very correct.
In between these two.
Pam says you can do each row as 2 and carry the yarn up the side. It'll elongate the image, but sure saves not having to cut yarn every row. Which that's what I'm doing with the Elvis blanket, another project that must be finished. You know what? I just realized that is not on my list. So I'm going to put it on my list real quick. Oh my goodness. I do not even have the Elvis blanket. But that's what I did with the Elvis blanket is I've just carried the yarn. In fact, it has 8 skeins attached to it. So, oh my gosh, I got a lot of projects to get done.
Sounds like it.
This is why I normally don't have many whips going at one time, because I don't know how to handle them. But I'm going to get a handle on them. So maybe January, besides Stranger Things stuff, will be all about finishing whips. How's that sound?
There you go. Yep.
There we go.
Plan in motion.
There we go. Yep. VJ says, I made mosaic coasters, but that's it. Well, what's your take? That's exciting, though. I never thought about doing coasters. So, VJ, what's your take on mosaic? Thumbs up? Halfway? Darn. I mean, so far with my experience from the bag, I really enjoyed it. And believe it or not, I think for me, the toughest part was actually getting the yarn onto the zipper. But once I got the yarn on the zipper, it's been a while since I made this one, and I made a couple more. I want to say I finished this in like 2.5 hours. It did not take, so it took a long time to get the yarn around the zipper. But once I got that started and started the pattern, like, I went through this really quickly. And I hope my memory is serving me correctly, because I currently have 19 family members, and who knows how many I'll have by the end of 2023. But this is a spoiler alert. This is what all my family members are getting for Christmas. Is a Mosaic Notions bag from me.
How long did that take you to do?
I think, now if I count the zipper, I think it probably took me a total of 3.5 hours to do one.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm thinking for the body, it took about 2.5 hours, and it took me a good hour to get the yarn going around the zipper. That's what took the longest for me. I've made 3 of these total, and on all 3 of them, this was my first one. I kept the first one because it was the first one I ever made, and you get better as you go. Plus, this one had purple on it.
Of course.
But
is there butterflies?
No, it doesn't have butterflies. But going around the zipper was what took the longest. So I think again, we'll find out when I make the first one again. But I think it took me a total of 3.5 hours. So
do you have general of who you're making for, what their colors are?
No. I'm just going to have to kind of, start making some. And as the year goes along, now some of my family members, I know what their favorite colors are. So I do have that. But if I'm not sure, from like watching their channels and stuff, then I will either kind of stalk their channel and find out, or I'll inadvertently ask them. So anyway, hopefully by then they'll forget this live. And be like, oh, she just wants to know what my favorite color is, Anyway.
You didn't hear that from me. I just thought I'd ask Cynthia.
But I do also want to make some up, because that's another thing going forward in 2023. I want to start including some of my makes as giveaways.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Oh.
Wanda says, just got back from Wally World and got to take some stuff in. So where are you? That's right. She's at home. She's at home still. So did it warm up some for you in North Carolina today, Wanda? I know we had a beautiful day. And even right now at it's 8:30 p.m. for us, it is 51 degrees outside. So it has definitely been a warmer day today. Sunita says, my to-do is hat a week, all in the family blanket. Love it. I love it. Anybody else set any, not resolutions, but, yarny goals, crafty goals for 2023? Love it. Samantha's hit her 500 family member. Yes, ma'am, Laura.
I do know one is that box I have to do for my sister, that cottage scene. I don't know. Did I show you it before? I think it's paint by number. It's an oil acrylic.
Yes, yes. But you
It's,
can show it again because maybe there's some people here that haven't seen it.
I'm doing one for me, but it's not urgent. This one is.
Oh, wow. That is pretty. I love that skyline.
I picked this up for because of two reasons. Her favorite color is orange, and she lives at a cottage. So kind of goes together.
Well, that works.
Yeah. When I first saw it, it's like, that's my sister's gift. And I got this one for me. This is the first one I actually picked up. Then Victoria and I went shopping again, and I happened to see this one. It's like, okay, I'm getting that for Sherry. This one I got because it represents to me of home. To me, I'm looking at Peggy's Cove. I'm from Nova Scotia. So
Right.
this to me is like a symbol of home.
Nice.
That's how I look at that one for me. I just haven't did anything yet with this one.
When I was a missionary in Savannah, Georgia, they had lots of lighthouses, and I fell in love with lighthouses, but it's just really cool to go to the top of them and look out over the water. So, Sunita, can you tell me more about what is the All in the Family blanket? Is that something just you're doing? Is that something like the Cottage Core, like a group of people are doing? Can anybody do it? Or is it a like actual YouTube tutorial? What exactly is an All in the Family blanket? My husband is an All in the Family fan. He loves that sitcom. I never really like fully watched it. I've seen like a couple episodes here and there, but it may not even be related to this blanket. But be interesting to know. So I guess I could show y'all what is in my cup and on my hook as I continue to catch up in the chat. As you can see, I'm working on something. Let me cut this one tail. All right, so tonight, let me wipe my lip gloss off. I am drinking hot tea, of course, and it is Let's Have Tea, and it's mango flavored, and it's a green tea, and it came in this cute little box right here. And let's bring Miss Margie up. Let's bring everybody up. Get it off solo. Uh-oh. Hang on. There we go. I was like, where'd Laura go? All right. This is a new mug that I got for Christmas from Mr. Joyful. So you can see some little characters of Mickey there.
Yeah.
And then on this side, there he is. So anyway, so that's what I'm drinking. And as far as on my hook, as 2022 is coming to a close, one of the things that I did this year, and I was inspired to do this from Kim from Affordably Crafty. I saw her do a video at the end of 2021 on that, and I thought that's really cool. And she kept all the labels of all the yarn that she worked on in that year. So I did it for 2022. So that's one of the videos that I am working on. It probably won't come out until January, but it will have an account of the yardage of yarn that I did use in 2022. And so I've been collecting scrap yarn, and if you can see this Pioneer Woman little flowered bag there, let me move my camera so you can see. See that bag right there? That's what was holding all of my, oh, sorry, not trying to make everybody dizzy. That's what was holding all of my scrap yarn, my acrylic scrap yarn. And so I emptied it out, and I'm originally from Florida, so that's part of my Mickey Mouse love. This was another Christmas gift. But anyway, and just saying, I know where he got those, and I went and got some to do as giveaways in 2023. So somebody's going to get a Mickey Mouse project bag. Just saying. But anyway, lost my train of thought. Oh, so I emptied it out, all my acrylic yarn, and I now have all of my mandala cake yarns in plastic bags in that bin. So and they're all set, ready. Each bag can be pulled out and a whole project can be done. So I'm really happy. So anyway, so I've been taking all of that leftover scrap yarn, and I've been making squares, and they're small squares. Let me just grab some here. And I'm going to make a baby blanket out of it. Now, I started making them all solid squares, but sometimes I may have just a little bit of yarn left over from a solid, and I don't want to just throw it away. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not much left. So some of my squares have multiple colors, and I'm actually really excited about this. So anyway, I'm just going to show you a couple of them, but when I get enough, I'm going to put them together and make a baby blanket out of it. And I'm calling it, here it is, the Scrappy Happy Square Baby Blanket. Scrappy Happy Square Baby Blanket. But anyway, so most of this yarn is all 4-weight. There's a couple like this one. It's a 4-weight. This is happy yarn here. This is from that the happy cake. But I think that's a 3. But anyway, so that's what I've been working on. Look, there's purple. Ooh. But some of these have just come out really cute, and I think it's going to give it some character. Here's one. It'll look kind of like a pocket on there, and I don't know. Maybe I will, like on some of the solid ones. Just a thought. I might take, like if maybe not necessarily these two, but they're solids together. I could sit this on like a group of 4 and leave it as a pocket, and that way they can stick like the baby's pacifier down in there or something, or a little toy that they can play on, which I've done before. I don't know if you've ever seen on my playlist the baby blanket that I made, and I created crochet straps, and then they Velcroed around certain toys. Like one of them Velcroed and held a pacifier. One Velcroed and held a toy that you pull, and then it just jiggles back up. But I don't know. We'll see. I didn't think about that, but anyway. But I'm basically just making scrap yarn squares. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, is finding a productive way to use all of my scrap yarn. Oh, I was like, why did that one have a tail? Because I've done all my tails. That's because that's the one I'm actually working on. So let's pull it back out. All right. So that's what my little hook has been doing since last Thursday. Hello, Miss Margie.
Hello.
Hello, Margie.
You want to share with us what's in your cup and on your hook?
My cup, I was drinking coffee, which I need to make me another cup. But I wanted to share with you what the All in the Family mandala blanket is.
Oh.
So that's the pattern.
So it's from Yarn Inspirations.
Uh-huh. And it's a thing that the Yarny Fiber Sisters, that's a project and stuff that we're all going to be working on in the new year. But already had gotten my yarn, and I decided to jump the gun and get started on mine. And this is what
Oh my goodness.
mine is looking like so far.
That is pretty.
And I am only needing 20 more rounds and I will be done.
Oh my goodness. Margie. I'm going to bring us all back up here a minute so you can see my face. Girlfriend, what are you doing to us? Some of us haven't even finished 2022 stuff, and look at you. Finished in 2023, and it's not even 2023. Stick your hand out here and let me slap it. No, I'm just kidding. No, that is awesome, Margie. Well, you know what? I saw a video today because I've had YouTube going as I've been working on different things while I'm waiting for videos to render and whatnot. And I saw a video that V put up, and she was showing the last of her yarn, and she was showing calendar pictures. So is that what is that what it is?
No, that is where for the Yarny Fiber Sisters doing that. Plus with the calendars, you can either follow these tutorials and either do a blanket or do a boho cardigan crocheted. You can follow her tutorials, or you can follow Jeannie's tutorials to do the same blanket or boho cardigan, or you can do the knitted version following Angie from My Fairy Treasures.
Okay.
And you can use the colors in the calendars.
Nice.
And you can take the whole year to do it. There's no set time, whatever. If you want to get it all done in a month, 2 months, 3 months, or just take the whole year.
So are they doing this like on their Saturday nights or individual tutorials?
It's part of their they're going to be getting the tutorial out. I believe they said by this week. So that way the tutorials and stuff will be out and available to start up for the new year.
Are you doing that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to cheat. That's not what we're going to call it. I'm going to creatively ask, because we don't cheat, right?
Mm-hmm.
On my channel, we creatively do things. You know, we creatively follow Jen's answers on movie night, and Cynthia creatively asks. But so how do you determine the yarns for those? I would love to do them, but the way she talked today in that one video that I was watching, because it was only like maybe less than 9 minutes, it seems like she's done several videos picking the yarn. So can you creatively answer for me how to get my yarn started so I don't have to watch those videos? I can just pick up going forward, please.
Well,
and I'll tell V and Jeannie that I asked you that I creatively asked.
Well, just like the one of the calendars, because you don't have to use, if you can't get the 2 specific calendars that they have picked out, then you can find a calendar that you like, let's say like this one here.
Did you find the calendars that they have?
Yes.
Okay.
And they got them at Dollar Tree.
Okay.
But let's say stuff like this is a picture for January. So you can pick any of the colors that are in this picture to use for the month of January. So any shades of the greens or any of the colors that are in the mount.
everybody's blankets are going to be different anyway.
Yeah.
Because they may pick out. So how many colors per month?
However many colors you want to use, that you want to pick out from that picture for that month, or pictures.
Right. So are they doing like so many rows per month, or?
Yeah. On the blanket, they've Jenny and V came up with the stitches for the blanket, and one set of stitches will be the row that will divide for the month.
Gotcha.
So they recommend that you pick a color for that particular row that is not necessarily one of the colors
To run
in
through.
the calendar, to be that row each time throughout the blanket, to indicate, okay, this section's January, then the next section is February, and so on.
Okay. And I'm assuming those same colors can be used then to do the boho cardigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you don't have to do the blanket. You don't have to do the boho cardigan if you want to just do your own little thing. But using the colors in the calendar, you can. And then Jeannie has set up a special email to where you could send in your pictures with your project along with that calendar to send in.
Okay. I'm glad you came up, and I'm glad Sunita even mentioned the All in the Family blanket, because and Margie, I see your comment. I'm on round 31 of the All in the Family mandala blanket. Wow. Because I'll be honest, and it's okay. One of the things that I was working on today was coming up with something that was going to be like a crochet along. And what I may do is go ahead and get it, not share it this year, and get it finished. And then maybe starting around November, start putting it out there that we're going to do this in the new year. Because it's hard when so many people that, you know, we all associate with are doing stuff like that to keep up. So I think what I will do is jump on to what they're doing and use the time that I would have put into doing that on my channel with the one that I was going to do, and have like crochet get-togethers where we can work on their projects, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I think that's what I'll do. I might get in touch with them and then find out a time, you know, I don't know, maybe Thursday nights will be the great time, like right here in Cup2Hook. And then, you know, even as we go hang out with Pam, I'll get with Pam on that. If I don't know if Pam's still here, but that would be really cool, because then that will kind of just continue to solidify us, unite us, you know, bring us together and strengthen us as a core, you know, because you just can't have enough positivity, you know, we need more of it. And if we're working together for a same cause, you know, I just think that that would be great. It'd be fun, you know. That's what I like about Crochet Club that I go to on Wednesday nights. You know, we might all be doing something different, but when we come together, it's like, you know, helping each other out, you know. I mean, somebody may not know how to do a stitch, you know, they may not know how to, you know, weave in an end, or you might have a better way to change colors up, you know, and we're able to work together and help each other, and it's fun, you know. But that's kind of what one of the things I want to establish is just more laid back crochet time, but we can do that as we're doing it. And it's not like, well, gosh, she came up and she just sat there and crocheted the whole time. No, that's the point of it. We're together, we're asking questions, and if we're doing it together, hey, how did you work through this? Or like in that pattern, the all in the family pattern, hey, I'm stuck on this. How did you get through it? Or did you figure it out? We can do that. We can help each other because we are doing the same, thing. And like when we do Tunisian and stuff like that, as we get started, because I know with Tunisian, it's not like just one straight stitch. Like there's different stitches even with Tunisian, and we can work on that together and improve our skill set. Same with knitting, and somebody will be in there that'll be more seasoned than I or someone else, and we can use those skill sets, and all get to a better place with our craft. So, and that's what I love, and that's what I want to create. So maybe see, I'm glad we had this conversation, because the last thing y'all need is for someone else to come up with a crochet along to throw in there. So I'm actually glad, but I'm going to keep up with my idea. And like I said, I'll just try and get it all done, which I like better anyway, so that it's literally done and I can show y'all a final project. And then the 1st of November, start really putting it out there. So
yeah,
V and Jeannie, they might be ready for a year off and a rest and have someone else pick up, So, but I would like to see more knit-alongs, like what Connie did with the hat. So it can help me get, better with my skill set with knitting. So, and then like someone like Laura, who was saying she'd love to learn how to crochet, that's the one thing about my laid back, let's get together and hang out, is working on projects. And she has
well, that's like with Angie from My Fairy Treasures. And I mean, she's a knitter. She's into the mixed media arts, and we're already going like 2023 is going to be the year you're going to crochet. You've gotten a bunch of us knitting, so we're going to get you crocheting.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it.
And stuff. And in fact, last night, Sanita made her grab some yarn, and because she's already got a whole bunch of crochet hooks, so Sanita made her get some yarn and get a hook, and we already got her going making a chain.
Love it. Love it. Now, who is that, Margie?
Angie, My Fairy Treasures.
I don't think I'm a part of her family. I need to look her up. My Fairy Treasures. Is she new?
No, she's been around and stuff, but not too long. But
has that always been her channel name?
Yeah.
Okay. I just made a note. I'll go look her up. Jen says, Sanita, have you picked out your colors for the All in the Family? Michelle says, congratulations to Samantha on reaching 500 family members. Sanita says she's using her, what is that, Margie? What is CIA yarn?
CIA.
CIA yarn. What is that, Sanita? Are you still with us? Nisi says, I'll think about it. Laugh out loud, Sanita. I need to make my hubby's birthday log cabin blanket first. Oh my gosh, that sounds just gorgeous, Nisi. Sanita says, Margie, how do you like the blanket so far?
Yeah, and I saw that and I replied back to her in the comments.
I'm a little bit behind. Oh, I see it. You said, Sanita, I like it. You have to pay attention to the count.
Yeah, you got to make sure and stuff that, because it gives you in the pattern, gives you how many stitches you're supposed to have on down each side, and you got to make sure that you have that count correctly, because if not, it'll throw you off when you go to do your next round.
Sunita says she's nervous about having to change colors. Hello, Jean. Hello to you and Smee. VJ says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and Mr. Joyful. Same to you, my friend. Hugs, hugs. And I hope you're still here to hear me say Happy New Year to you. Sunita says, oh no, I started but was not enjoying it. Uh-oh. Pam says, all in the family blanket is nice, Sunita. I made one as a wedding present. Everyone's saying hello to VJ. Pam says, I like mosaic and want to learn how to do the reverse image. VJ says, halfway. I can do rounds or squares so I don't have to cut the yarn. Weave in ends or carry it. Laugh out loud. Pam says, did you use Tina's tutorial? I did. I'm assuming you're talking to me. Yes, this is Tina's tutorial. She says, I made a couple too, and I was the same way. The zipper section was the longest. Yes. Nisi says, VJ's Crochet posting 2 more finished objects on your Facebook group. Nice. Jen says, blue is mine. And loves her blue. Pam says, my plan was to make a bunch to sell, but I got off on other projects. I bought the zippers and cotton. Does that count? Of course it does. Of course it does. Hello, sweet Lydia. Welcome in. Of course, you've probably been here a minute, and I'm really behind. Sunita says goals, goals. Thank you guys for loving Lydia in. Michelle says made more socks this year. Nice. Socks are just like hard for me, but I'm gonna get them down, because if I'm gonna knit some Christmas stockings, I should be able to do socks, right? Sunita says I also want to knit the Sonder shawl by Expression. Not heard of that. Did I even pronounce that right? Sonder, Sonder. Now, did you have to pay for that all in the family pattern, Margie?
No, it's a free pattern.
Okay. I know most of Yarn Inspirations are, but Jean says she is going to be focusing on her knitting this year. Nisi says she is doing the all in the family blanket as well. The tutorial is on the crochet crown. It is a mandala. Whoa. The tutorial is on
Mikey from the Crochet Crowd.
Oh, Crowd. I do know who that is.
Yeah. Yeah, he does the tutorial for that.
I like Mikey. All right. Yep. Everybody's saying that. It's Mikey. Nisi says, Jeannie told us about it and they're starting it either already or in January. I can't remember. I've got the first 5 rows done. Nice. I got to get started. Lydia is saying hello to everyone. Pam says, I started doing that at the beginning of 2022, but I didn't get very far keeping up with it. And I'm not sure what that was in reference to, because I'm way behind. So if you'll refresh my memory on what you're talking about, Pam, I would appreciate it. Hello, sweet Doretha. Welcome in. So glad you're here. Sunita says, me, I love Mikey. Oh, yes. Love Mikey. She says, and Eeyore. Oh, Mickey. Well, I like Mikey from Crochet Crowd too, but she says she loves Mickey and Eeyore. I do. You know what? That's funny, Sunita. I do love Eeyore out of the Pooh gang myself, but I got a new Winnie the Pooh mug for Christmas as well. And it says, today is my new favorite day. And it has Tigger and Pooh and, hang on, Piglet on it. And it's the same thing on the other side. And it's nice blue inside. And I got another mug for Christmas because, Cup2Hook Conversations, love my mugs. But, and all of these are from Mr. Joyful. And this one he got the other night for me from Hobby Lobby when I went looking for some DPNs. Did I say them right? Double pointed needles, DPNs for knitting this year. And look, it says Holiday Joy. And so when I saw it, and it's that way on both sides. And so when I saw it, a nice little green on the inside, I was like, oh, I love that. And I'm like, who's that for? He's like, it has joy on it. Who do you think it's for? Duh. And I said, well, I'm just asking. And I said, did they have any more? And he's like, yes. So you can't see it because it's all wrapped up, ready to go. But somebody somewhere in the month of January will be winning that off my channel. So somebody else is going to have a Mickey Holiday Joy mug. Just hadn't decided how I'm going to do it as a giveaway yet.
Yeah, my mom loves Eeyore. Anything Eeyore.
I love Eeyore. Even if he does lose his tail. I lost my tail again. I love Eeyore. Jen says, I got happy cakes. Oh, so pretty. Let me tell you what. Happy cakes are just the best. That's some of that yarn. I really am behind in the chat then. She's talking about the happy cakes. Nisi says, Sunita, happy birthday, friend, in case I don't see you on the YouTube streets on your actual special day, which is New Year's Day. Yes, so happy early birthday, Sunita. There is a video ready to go out for her, and she is sharing that with someone else, but I'm just going to make y'all wait and see. Jean says, Margie, that is beautiful, talking about your All in the Family blanket. If you want to, I'm going to single you if you want to show it one more time in case someone has popped in here. Nisi says hers is going to be more fall colors. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. Bring it close. Let me see the center of that, Margie. Gosh, that is pretty. It looks so hard, but hopefully it's not.
No,
that is pretty.
It's not.
Thank you. Doretha says, great job, Margie.
Thank you.
Sunita says she doesn't think her color choices will work with that pattern.
Well, I picked out the colors, and then Miss Jeannie helped me pick the put them in the order, because
Right.
she looks at the pattern and then she goes, okay, well, and while I was on, I think it was her live, she goes, okay, get your yarn, get your colors, and we started putting them, sorting them out and putting them in.
Hello,
and we
Bridget.
figuring out and stuff the order and everything. And then after I got going with it, and the first time I showed it, she goes, yep, we did good.
Nice. So how many colors do you have to have for that?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Well, I can't buy any yarn for it, so I got to go on the wall. Oh my gosh, look at all these Post-it notes I've got. You guys have given me lots of information tonight. Pam says she is here. What did you mean? Let me go back up and find that real quick. What did you mean when you said? Oh, well. Well, I'm not finding it right off. Maybe you heard me and answered. Oh, I started doing that at the beginning of 2022, but I didn't get very far keeping up with it. Tell me what you meant by that. Pam says, I was looking for a picture of my All in the Family, but I think I took sections of it and added it to another project. Gotcha. Bridget says, craft night at the Irmo LYS is like that too. I love it and wish I could go more often. Where in Irmo, Bridget? We'll have to get together and talk about that because, you know, Irmo is not that far from me. It's like maybe 30, 35 minutes. That's not bad. I'm real close. Jean says, what night is it, Bridget? Right, Jean? Pam says the wedding gift one was study of planet Earth, but I know I've made All in the Family or at least parts of it. She says it's on Tuesdays. Pam says, hello to Bridget. And yes, you guys, congratulations. Bridget made 1K on her channel.
Ooh, quick.
You know what? Let's give her some shaky legs. Congratulations, Bridget. Let's see. Bridget says the group has spinners, knitters, and crocheters and people that do it all. Laugh out loud like me. Love it. She says we can knit together anytime, or we can get together anytime, Cynthia. Awesome. Or knit. We can knit together anytime. Love it. Yes, got to get better at my knitting. Jean says it would be a drive, but I am determined to knit socks this year, so may have to go. No LYSs in Florence anymore. That would be nice. She says the shop owner in Irmo is super sweet. We're very good mixed group and all very friendly. Yes, love friendly. Sunita says crochet in agreement by Melissa. Jen says is a yarn dyer. Yes, yes, yes. Jean says I actually live in McBee, so come through Camden. Sunita says my yarny friends colorway. Bridget says I'm still learning the areas of South Carolina. And she says, I'm making a trip to Fort Mill tomorrow for a new to me spinning wheel. Nice, nice. Fort Mill is right there. I was a youth minister in Fort Mill when I was going to college, which is Winthrop, which is in Rock Hill. So those are some old stomping grounds for me. Bridget says, Christmas stockings are a lot of fun. Tonight, turning the heel in any sock is the most magical thing one can ever do in knitting. Then I definitely got to learn from you because that's like what turns me away is the heel. So I need to learn from you. Sunita says, yes, expression fiber, something Sonder. Okay. I'm going to look it up. Pam says the ball bands, laugh out loud. Pam says, I'm all about goofy. Sunita says, oh, love it. Bridget says, Betty Boop and Marvin the Martian has always been my favorites. Yes, yes. Boy, those are some blasts from the past. Sunita says, Bridget, do you have any Eeyore fabric? Ooh, good question. Good question. Bridget says, I have some Winnie the Pooh fabric that has maybe Eeyore on it, but I can order specific fabric. Michelle says, I got a mug warmer to keep my drinks hot. Love it. Bridget says, Eeyore, sorry, voice texting is not being nice to me tonight. Nightbot's giving everyone hugs. Hello, Miss Sue. How are you tonight? Miss Sue from Mama Susu is with us. Wanda says, I'm going to concentrate on finishing several whips that I have neglected for a couple or few years. I hear you, Wanda. I hear you. Bridget says, your blanket is beautiful, Margie.
Thank you.
Wanda's going to try and not start any huge projects. She says, I have a couple sweaters that I have the yarn for that she also wants to work on. Bridget says, good way to make good numbers for stash down. Yes, yes, yes. Nisi says, be right back. Got to go downstairs and bring up yarn for my oldest daughter's beanie that I want to make. Love it. Pam says, it's in the chat. I was talking about keeping track of the ball bands. Oh, got you. Nisi says, I already have so many projects for this coming 2023. Not sure I can get them all done. 3 of them are blankets. Maybe if we work on them just a little bit at a time. If we do a little bit each week, right? Hello, sweet Tiffany. She's coming in and saying hello to everyone, and Margie and Laura.
Hi, Tiffany.
Jen says, Margie, how many yards have you used so far on your All in the Family blanket?
I am still working on the skein of each of the different colors. I haven't used a full skein of yarn yet of each of the colors.
Oh, that's nice. And you're almost done.
Uh-huh.
So really you only need then 1 skein of each color, each of the 7 colors.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like so far. Mm-hmm.
Nice, nice. Now, will there be a border on that blanket?
There is, I think it calls for, let me look at the pattern again.
Excuse me a minute, Margie. Tiffany, that's my fault. I forgot to put the live even up. I didn't even have the thumbnail created, so I didn't start till 7:30 my time. So that was my fault. It was not anything on your end or anything you missed. There was no time for notifications because your girlfriend was late. Slap the hand. All right.
Yeah, nope. Once you've done the 50th round, then that's it.
Nice. 50 rounds.
Yep.
So that's really doable. If I did at least a round a week, you know, like if that's my goal.
Yeah. And the pattern also comes
that's
with
really taking the whole year to make it though.
Yeah.
It's only 52. Yeah.
Yeah. But it also comes with the chart as well.
Nice.
So that way, and if you're not quite sure what the written instructions, you can refer back to the chart if you know how to read a chart.
I do. Okay. Thank you, Samantha. She says, I love your channel. Bridget says, my dyslexia is messing with me really bad tonight, and I'm sorry for spelling it and word mistakes. Girlfriend, you are safe here. That is fine. We can figure it out. Sorry that it is messing with you. Nisi says, oh, yes, I'm going to keep my yarn bands this year, too. I want to see how many yards I use. I'm hoping to double mine, Nisi, because I didn't do as much crocheting this past year as I wanted to, and now I'm going to be crocheting and knitting. So we'll see. Hello, Ray. Welcome in. So glad you're here. She's saying hello to everyone. Everyone is saying hello to her. Thank you so much for hugging her in. And we are about to catch up in the chat. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. Hello, Nana Michelle. Welcome in. She says, hi, all, working on a beaded dragonfly poncho with Hobie Twister glitter yarn, number 50. What? That sounds incredible.
It is beautiful.
Oh, no pressure, but would you consider coming up and sharing? And I'm going to drop the link one more time for anyone that wants to come up. We got a few more minutes before we get off and start getting ready for Miss Pam. It's 9:19 here my time. So we'll wrap this up in the next 10, 15 minutes. But oh my gosh, Nana Michelle, if you would share that, that would sound so beautiful. Bridget says, that's a skill I need to learn to read charts better this next year. See, that's some of the stuff we need to do is make a list. And then between all of us content creators, do like a live showing how to do the different things. Hello, Miss Michelle. How are you?
Hi.
Oh, let me single you. Let me single you.
Okay, hold on. So I don't lose this bead. Hold on. Okay.
Hello, Dawn and Christina. Welcome in.
I can't.
Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Are those dragonflies?
Yeah, and then the beads, I don't know if you can see it. Here, I'll try to hold
Yes. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful.
I don't recall the colorway though. All I know is it says it's number 50.
They look like they're greens. Is that green?
It's greens, and then it's going to change into purple. Here's what's in my yarn bowl right now. I'm almost done with the greens, and then it's going to change to purple.
Oh,
so then I'm going to switch to purple beads.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Oh, that is going to be beautiful.
But my lighting doesn't do it any justice, just so you know.
Wow.
My lighting is crap.
Everybody is saying gorgeous. Wanda, Jean.
Thank you. Yeah, let me, here, I'll hold
Christina,
it.
they're all saying gorgeous.
There we go.
Hey, Zach.
If you can see it there.
Need to lift it up a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
That is pretty.
There you go.
Beautiful, Michelle.
Thank you.
Zach said he was having trouble hearing me, and then he turned up the volume. Yeah, that helps, Zach. So what's the weather like in Canada, Zach?
We're having a heat wave.
Oh, Mama Susu is leaving. Mwah. Take care, and I hope you feel better. Tiffany says, that is beautiful, Nana Michelle. Love the dragonflies.
Thank you.
Let's see.
All right, I think we're... Dawn says, I would love to learn how to add beads.
It's really easy. Matter of fact, I can add one really quick if you want me to show you.
Absolutely. We would love to watch.
Okay.
Bridget says it's beautiful stitching.
Thank you.
VJ says that's pretty. Whose pattern is it?
Oh Lord, help me.
We just got you on the spot all together, don't we? Right, Zach? He says he will take rain over snow any day. But it's been cold.
It says it's Fleurs. I'm probably going to pronounce it. It's in French. I'm going to say it wrong. I'm just going to spell it because I'm not going to say it right. F-L-E-U-R-S. So it's Fleurs. It looks like Refaire. R-E-F-A-I-R-E. 2021. And I don't know if I got it off of Ravelry or Etsy. I don't remember. It's been a while since I printed it. Where's my... Okay. So I add a bead at a time. I don't string them onto the yarn because it makes it heavy and it's impossible. So I'm at the chain 4 space right here. So this is the chain 4, and I need to add a bead. So I have a 1 millimeter hook with 6-0 seed beads on here, and you just put it in here, pull that through, and then finish your crochet stitch.
Nice.
So then this would be a double crochet here, and it locks that bead into place.
I actually like that better than crocheting like with it.
Yeah, it's so much easier that way. I learned that technique from Knitting Turnpike, Gina,
Gina.
and Lisa Ladybird.
Okay.
So they do have tutorials if you need more in-depth explanations of it.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
No problem. Thank you for letting me share it. Now I forgot which stitch I want. Okay.
Dawn says, very pretty and seems easy. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
It is okay, Zach. There's so much going on at the end of the year here. He said, sorry, Cynthia, I keep missing your lives. It is okay. Zach, I could be saying the same about everybody else's. You know, VJ's here tonight, and I used to faithfully try to watch hers, and I'm behind. I'm so behind.
I watch you, Cynthia, but a lot of times I'm at work and I can't comment, so I just lurk. But I have been watching the Tuesday
The Bible study.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that. Bridget says that's way better than adding them first. Yeah, I love the way you did it, Michelle.
Yeah, when I used to do thread crochet with doilies, I always added beads. And back then, you know, they didn't have YouTube or tutorials. So I would spend hours just threading all these beads, and it would just be so heavy. And, you know, and then trying to think, because you have to think backwards when you're threading the beads, you know, because when you put them on, it's going to be reverse. And it was too much work. So when I found out this method, I'm like, I'm never going back.
Right. Bridget says that was a perfect explanation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Samantha, we do hope your headache goes away, love. So sorry that you are having a headache tonight.
Yes, prayers for you, Samantha.
Zach says, dang it, I said sorry. And Nana Michelle does not like that word.
I didn't catch you,
I
Zach.
was going to say something because we've
Gonna
had
put
a
Zach
talk,
in timeout.
Zach.
Zach in
We've
timeout.
had a discussion about that, Zach.
Samantha says, is there movie night tomorrow night, Cynthia? There is no movie night tomorrow night because Mr. Joyful is actually taking me on a date.
Yay.
So we will start movie night next Friday, which is January the 6th, and that will also be starting the first episode of season 3. So, yep, no movie night tomorrow night. It's going to be a joyful date night. Pam says, slap your hand for her, Zach.
And one's for me, too.
Yeah. There you go, Zach. There you go.
He says, I did, Pam. I'm ashamed of myself. LOL. Oh. So, Michelle,
Yes.
I have been a subscriber of your channel for a while, but I'm going to hopefully not embarrass myself. But do you do lives?
Do I what?
Do lives?
Yes, I took some time off due to life situations. After the first of the year, I will go back to doing my lives.
When do you do your lives?
Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Say that again.
Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after Granny D.
Okay.
Yeah, I took time off because this time of year, there's just so much going on. Like my youngest son, his birthday's in November, then, you know, December with Christmas and everything. And then Olivia's birthday's in the day after Christmas. And then my oldest son, his birthday's in January. So it's just super busy this time of year. And we've had some situations where prayers have been needed for Olivia coming over because her mom hasn't had the softest of heart to let her come over. So it was emotionally draining for me to just come on. So I'm like, I'm just going to take the time off until after the first of the year. But yes, I do lives.
I can certainly understand that. Well, I will start making an effort. Now, I do go live with movie night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I can come hang with you for an hour.
Okay.
And then I'll have to politely excuse myself. But
oh, sure. You know, I understand.
but yeah. So I'll have to start that. Well, you said you're starting in the new year. So
yeah, sometime within the new year. I don't know if I'm going to start right after the beginning of the new year. I might wait till maybe the end of January, just because of my son's birthday and everything. Still, you know, everything calming down. But I'll have it posted on my community tab and all that when I go back.
Well, if you'll make a note to yourself, if you'll send me an email of when you're starting back,
Okay.
I'll even put it out on my community tab.
Okay, I can do that.
Let's see. Wanda says, thank you, Michelle. I knew there was a way to add them without stringing them, but I couldn't figure it out in my head. Haven't tried to do it, but want to. Yes, thank you again for showing that, Michelle.
Sure. Thank
Tiffany,
Gina and Ladybird, because when they showed me that, I was just like, oh man, that's so much better. I wish I would have known that 20, 30 years ago.
Oh, Tiffany says, woohoo, I hope you have a wonderful night out tomorrow, Miss Cynthia. Thank you, Tiffany. Bridget says, woohoo, a date is a wonderful reason to miss a night. Enjoy your special time out. Yes. To be honest, he had it planned for tonight and I didn't know it. And I was like, I have a live tonight and I didn't cancel it. Cause you know, it's a laid back thing that we hang out. And so I'm like, can we do it tomorrow? Cause we're not having movie night. And he's like, yeah. So I'm excited. We're actually going to go out early afternoon and do some just like sightseeing. So I'm excited about that. It's been a while since we've been in nature. And then we're going to end up going to, for those of you who have them, we're going to go, we haven't been out to restaurants a whole lot in the last really almost 3 years. And so we're going to a restaurant called Fats. FATZ. And so it's kind of like a steak, seafood, burger type restaurant, sit down restaurant. Yeah. And so, yeah. Hello, Racine. Welcome in. So glad you're here.
Hi, Racine.
Hey, Racine.
Don says, Michelle, life happens. And you know what? I think we should all make our motto for 2023, not only being kind to others, but kinder to ourselves. Sometimes we are not kind enough to ourselves. And Michelle, you have led each of us into the right light and example by being kinder to yourself. It kind of sets us on the same precedent. We need to be kind to ourselves. Sometimes life happens. And you know what? We all love each other and we'll be here. If we got to take off a week, then take off a week. You know, you got to take off a month, take off a month.
Oh, for sure. I mean, because if I'm not at my best self, I'm not going to come on and portray myself as being at my best self, because it's not going to work. You can see it in my face. So it's not going to work. So why would I want to bring anybody else down if I'm not, you know, completely 100% into it? So, you know, it just, I can't do that. And it's not fair to you guys.
Although, just saying, it's an opportunity for us to lift you up.
That is true. And that has worked. But for the past 3 months, it's been really, really hard. So I'm like, I'm just going to, and it's the weather too. It's not just life situation. This time of year, I always have this down thing, even no matter how much vitamin C and D I take, it just doesn't, I'm just not picked up enough to do anything. So, you know, I continue with the crochet and my projects throughout, you know, time, just to get through it. But normally November through the end of January, I'm just in a funk. And once February hits, I'm fine. So it's just, that's how it's always been. And I've accepted it. So, and if I have to take that time off from YouTube, then that's what I'll do, just because I don't want to, I don't want to make you guys, sad or whatever, that's not what it's for.
Good for you. When I had to make the decision about the Morning Joy blogs,
yes. Oh my God. I meant to email you about that and I never got to it. You had me in tears. I was crying so hard. I was at work at my computer and I'm like, I'm so glad I work at home, because if I had to be in the office, these people would be like, what is wrong with this lady?
That has probably been, honestly, my hardest decision this past year.
But you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
But and that's what I realized. I have to do what I have to do. And it was hard. It was a hard decision.
Yeah.
It did not come lightly.
And I do feel you on that. So, but I can sit here and tell y'all, even though I miss that daily connection, I still feel that through the other lives. And I can sit here and tell y'all that you, like you're saying, Michelle, you have a better version of me because of the fact that I now, I feel like I have in my own personal quiet time. Because like I told Michelle, especially when she told me a couple weeks ago that she was doing the lives now every morning, the devotions every morning, that please be understanding that I'm not coming to your live, because part of the whole point of taking that step back is, yes, the preparation is giving me more time back into my schedule, but I needed to have more personal one-on-one time with the Lord. It's not that I wasn't getting enough with everyone, but that was my quiet time with him. And I don't feel like I was when you're one-on-one, you can be quiet and allow him to speak to you. I wasn't always hearing his voice to me when he was always using my voice to talk to y'all. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And so now that I have this one-on-one, and sometimes I'm just sitting there quiet and I'm listening, especially if I have given him something that I'm praying about, whether it's for me or if it's one of your prayer requests, not meaning yours, Michelle, but like, someone that's given me a prayer request, and I'm listening for that answer, or I'm listening for that discernment on how to pray. But doing that and then being able to have some crochet time before going to work, oh my gosh, even my attitude when I got to work was so much better. Although hopefully after Tuesday it'll be better, that we'll have heat finally. But but the point of the matter is, I feel like a healthier mentally version of Cynthia, and I do miss it. And it was, like I said, it was a very hard decision, and I do apologize for that video so many times.
Right? If you have to do it, you have to do it.
Yeah.
But and Samantha's asking how I came up with my channel name, so I'm going to chime in real quick. It used to be, oh gosh, because the Nana Michelle Crochets has been changed. It used to be Crochet Nana, aka Michelle.
I do remember that.
But everybody, I always kept calling me Nana Michelle. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to change it to Nana Michelle Crochets then. So Samantha, that's why I changed it. It just, everybody on YouTube started calling me Nana Michelle. And I'm like, well, that's what all my grandkids call me and everything else. So instead of putting the AKA Michelle, I'm just going to put Nana Michelle Crochets. So there's your answer. All right. Chime out.
Bridget, real quick, said great people are born in January. So Bridget, when is your birthday so I can make sure I have it? And even though I'm changing up the birthday videos to the community tab, if you don't think I have your birthday, please make sure I do, so we can still do a shout out for you on your special day. And even if you think I have it, please still be willing to tell it to me, because as I learned the other day, I've put Shirley Razzie's birthday up for 2 years on the wrong day. And finally she reached out to me. Today is Thursday, on Tuesday. And she says, hey, you forgot my birthday video. And I'm like, it's ready to go tomorrow. She says, nope, today's my birthday. And I'm like, well, I am so sorry. It's been wrong for 2 years then. So,
Oops.
yeah. So made that correction. But anyway, Pam says, I used to love Fats. Went there a lot when I was at USC's, which I found out is no longer called that by a customer on the phone the other day. University of what? What is it called then? Racine is saying hello to everyone in the chat she missed. I know, Zach. Aren't we all? He says, I am my own worst critic.
Yes.
Bridget says, Zach, we're all guilty of that. Yes, yes.
Yep. And Sunita, no, I'm not back in the office. I'm still work from home. Thank God. We only have to go in the office supposedly every 8 weeks, but lately they put that off due to program changes. So hopefully I won't have to go back in the office until February.
Nice.
And it'll only be for 3 days and then 8 weeks off. So yeah. I get more done at home, actually. I really do.
Well, you don't have all those other distractions in the office.
Well, I don't have the people come up and asking me questions. And it's like, well, I can't get my work done when you're coming up to me asking me questions. So yeah.
Jen says, Racine, that is my son's name for real. And I saw that. I skipped that. And I apologize for that when they were talking about Zach. Sunita says, catch my shorts. Yes, you guys. Her shorts are
awesome. I love them.
Very encouraging.
Yes, I don't normally comment. I just, like, and because I'm everywhere. I have ADD. I'm all over the place.
Pam says, Sunita, my mind immediately went to Bart Simpson. Jen says, Sunita, love your shorts. Yes, yes. They are so encouraging. There's sweet Michelle right there. She is the one now doing the morning devotions. Praise you for that, Michelle. Dawn says, and even if you try to fake it, we can sense it. Yes.
And that was the whole thing why I stopped doing my lives, because I'm like, you know what, I'm not a fake person, and you can see it. And I forget whose live I was on, and they're like, yeah, we can tell you're not you. And I'm like, at that point, that's when I said, hey, I'm postponing my lives until the first of the year.
Yeah.
They it was everybody in the chat that could tell. So I'm like, yep, we're going to be done for a minute. But it's okay. We're back on track, and Olivia's been coming over. Her mom hasn't blocked me as much from texting her or whatever, but it's a thing that, who knows why, whatever reason, there's no explanation, but I think it's a lot of jealousy on her mom's part because she's so close to me and her dad, and her dad wasn't in her life growing up. So I think it's a lot of just a lot of jealousy. And so, I just give prayers to, for her and everybody. And normally when I do, then Olivia's, spontaneously allowed back over. So the Lord's answering. So
Amen.
It's all good.
Amen.
Yeah.
Jen says, Racine says, Jen, he must be on our heart. So I will say a prayer for him, talking about our son. Sunita says, small doses of me is fun to do. Laugh out loud. We love small and big doses of you.
Right. She's so fun. Oh my gosh. And she looks so young.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I need that gene.
I need the water she's drinking.
Right.
Pam says, you said catch. And my brain was like, eat my shorts, man. Like Bart Simpson used to say all the time, although that was definitely not a Bart Simpson voice. Dawn says this community is all about just being here for each other. Amen, Dawn. Amen. Yep. Jen says, definitely yes, please, Racine. He's 20 and smarter than everyone. Isn't every 20-year-old? Definitely praying. Sunita says, laugh out loud, Pam and Jen. Pam says, but I've been catching them on Instagram and some on here. Samantha says, okay, we did that, how she came up with her name. Sunita says, so you're back at the office. Did that one already. All right. Samantha says her birthday is September the 16th, and I know I have that, but I will double check it.
Hey, Granny D.
Bridget's is January 11th.
Hey, Granny D.
Hey, Granny.
Hello, Granny D. And Ray's is August 20th. All right. Bridget, Jen says Bridget's birthday is January the 11th. Her live party day too. Nice. Racine says Bridget, January 11th is mine and Tom's anniversary. Aw. Pam says USC Upstate or something like that. Oh, I'm told it will forever be USC Spartanburg to me. Gotcha. Yeah, all that upstate stuff and like the Midlands and all of that. It's confusing. Lydia says my birthday is December 9th. Y'all would not call me organized if you could see this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Post-it notes right now. But it will all be organized when we get off of here.
At least you can find your Post-it notes.
They won't be Post-it notes very long after the live. They will be where they need to be because they will drive me crazy otherwise. And then they'll be in the shredder. Bridget says Jen is on it. Yes, she is. Jen says, I'm excited for you, Bridget. And Bridget says, thank you. Bridget says, Racine, happy anniversary early in case I forget to reach out. That was nice. Dawn says, joy to all. Racine says, Bridget, happy early birthday to you. Look at you guys. So sweet. Sunita says, it's Dr. Pepper and coffee. There is lovely Granny D, which you guys have done a great job of welcoming in and hugging in. Thank you for that. All right. I think we are caught up in the chat. So we're going to go ahead and start winding this down with our Joy Basket moment. Let me grab my little book here, which for those of you that have been missing the morning devotions I was doing, I'm grabbing our Joy Basket moments right now. I've been using the book Kelly gave me, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to go finish out the book that we were doing our morning devotions from, and then we'll go back to the one that I was using with Kelly. All right. So this one, our Joy Basket moment, comes from Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, and it is titled, Not Alone. And while I'm doing this, anyone who would like to drop their channel link, if you will just write the word joy, then Nightbot will be glad to share your channel link, and then it will fill the chat with joy. All right. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18 says, the Lord God said, it is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him. Loving God, the first thing you did on behalf of your first child was to make another. We are not meant to be alone. We are built for relationships with you and with one another. I'm lonely, Lord. Whether I choose it or whether it's forced upon me, only you know for sure. Either way, will you send relief? When I'm trying to connect and getting no response, send someone who sees and understands me. Someone to open their arms and say, me too. Send someone to remind me that I am not alone. And even when I am hiding, especially when I am hiding, send someone to my hiding place and let them draw me out. Please, God, don't let me be lonely. Oh my gosh, that is so perfect for tonight. You guys,
That sums up my whole life right there. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Like,
And
seriously, it really does.
that's the whole point of us getting together on each other's lives, is we're not alone. We have each other. And the more we connect and the more we spend time with one another, I mean, the more we feel that bond. And I love it. I love it. So thank you.
You always know what to say, Cynthia.
Oh,
Mhm.
I can't take any credit. I can't take any credit.
Well, you get help. I'll give you that.
So, but oh my gosh. Well, I thank everyone for coming here tonight and not having it where I was alone, because I wasn't sure. I thought I might be when I didn't get to start till 7:30. And that's what I said at the beginning. I was like, I might be alone and it'll be my fault, but that's okay. They'll see the replay eventually. But I am so thankful that everyone did come in tonight and hung out with me here at my house. And I'm looking forward to going over to Pam's house. But I want to say thank you to Margie and Michelle and Laura for coming up on the panel and sharing tonight. And oh my gosh, I am so excited. Even though I felt like I already had a long enough list of projects, I am excited, and I am going to try to do the All in the Family blanket and what Jeannie and V are doing. But I may not get it started till February, but that's okay because I have all year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Awesome.
Another whip.
I know. Another whip.
Mhm.
My first goal is to finish the one from Jada and Stitches from 2019. I can't believe I have a project that old.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now. Thank you.
And you know what, though? The thing about that project, and it's like right there, I can put my hands on it. The thing about that is it's done. I just have to literally sew appliques on the base of the blanket.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you. I can understand why it's over there.
And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So, yep. I've already told y'all I have to have it finished by what? The end of January. It's going to be done. It's going to be done. So, all right. Well, everyone is already saying good night. So good night, everyone. And I'm just going to make sure someone else didn't pop in real quick, because if they did, we want to make sure we give them hugs and we don't just scoot out. All right. Pam, yes, she is still in here. If you will, real quickly, write Joy so Nightbot can drop the link to your channel. We'll be moving over to Pam's house. It's 10 o'clock her time, so that's in an hour, correct? Because it's 10 o'clock for me now, but I think it always starts at 11.
Hey, Lisa, my Aussie sister.
Lisa is back. Nice. Hello. Sunita says, I will be listening. She says, oh, no, 9 her time. Oh, well, we got to get off of here because it's about to start. Well, I'm going to go eat dinner because I didn't eat before I started tonight. I'm going to go eat dinner real quick and run to the little girl's room, and then I will join you. Hello, Dory. Hugs and welcome in. So glad you're here. Dory, if you will, type the word joy in the chat, and Nightbot will share your link if you would like to do that. I'm going to come back to Racing's joke in just a minute. I had a thought, and I was going to say it, and now I can't remember. Yes, Lydia, I did know she was on Central Time Zone, but I kept thinking for some reason that she went live at 10 o'clock her time. But it must be that she goes live at 10 o'clock my time. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Because normally when Pam is going live is when Mr. Joyful and I are starting to get ready to go to bed, because we both work early on Friday mornings. And so that's why a lot of times I'm in the chat, because he goes in 4 hours before I do. So I can afford to stay up another hour as long as I'm quiet. But tonight, neither one of us are going to work in the morning. We both have it off. So I can be like awake. So. All right. I was planning to come up on your live, Pam, but the fact that I spent all this time on mine and I've got to get a couple more things done because I made some promises to some people to get some things up in the community tab. So I want to keep my promise. But if I get all that done and you're still on, then I may come up on your panel. But anyway. All right. Racine had a joke for us. And you guys, I love Racine's jokes. She says, what goes up but never comes down? Sadly, this is very true. She's got the answer right there. Your age.
Yeah.
But now, for those of you who know Mare from Runaway Needle Red, she will forever be 39. And I love her philosophy. So I like that.
How is she doing?
She could really use our prayers. She's having a rough time. She's got a lot of different things going on. You know, of course, you know, the death of her husband is always prevalent this time of year. She's kind of being forced to go back to work in the office, which means she's got to pass by the site where he had the car accident and passed away. Oh. And that's tough. And then just being in the office, then with her job, she has a lot of people that like to push the problem her way and no one's there to help her. So that's difficult. And she's got some health concerns that are going on that are not my place to share. And then finally, if she didn't have enough, she is being forced to move. And that's why you've not seen her in lives and on YouTube, is she is literally having to pack up years of living in the same place, but they have to be out. I think she said the end of January, but they may have a grace period of the 1st of March. But yeah. And so, you know, with her health not being great, and she walks with 2 canes, it's going to be a lot for her to get everything moved out and moved into another place. Yeah. So not only is she having to pack, she's having to find a new place. And all of this she just found out about this like maybe 2.5 months ago. So she's not had a lot of time. So she could really, really use our prayers. So
for sure.
When y'all go to bed tonight, if you'll just say a prayer for Mare, I know she would greatly appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yes.
So yeah, I miss her encouraging. You know, she's always encouraging to all of us, but that's why she's not been around. She's been having to deal with all of that. But I'll definitely, the next time I talk to her, let her know that you guys all send your love and prayers.
Definitely.
Yeah. Tiffany says, speaking of community tabs, I posted a couple pictures of my knitted hat and mini stocking that I made last week, and I'm working on my second one now. So we'll all have to go check that out. Nisi said, wait, who is this? It is Mare from Runaway Red. Runaway Needle Red is her channel name. So, yes. All right. I love you guys. We got 3 minutes for Pam to get her live started. I love y'all. Take care. Happy New Year. Be joyful. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations. Be kind to one another and learn to be kind to yourself. I love you guys. Hugs. Bye. Thank you, ladies, for coming up.
Bye. Thank you for having me up, guys. Good to see all of you, ladies.
See you in the new year.
Michelle. Bye, Margie.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.